Who's on your timeline? You might be asking yourself that question. Who's on my timeline? Tonight, we're going to know who's on your timeline. It's a difficult time of year, especially for those that are on this awakening journey. It's a very difficult time of year, because a lot of us are isolated. Ascension isolation is something that I shared about a long time ago, and especially during this season. Those that are aware of this season, you know it's all popping up right now. But a lot of people find themselves in isolation this season. And if that's you, you came to the right place. Beth Bentley, thank you so much for the support. Love me some Love Ball, long time. I love you, Beth. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you, Beth. This is the holiday season, so we're chipper. Do you like, we have the, we're trying to make it extra festive over here. I have my, of course you can't see here. I have my Santa Claus shirt here. Yeah, I'll be challenging the other Santa Claus. This is Santa. This is actually Old Man Logan. I've worn this before. Yeah, I'll be challenging Santa Claus for the World Heavyweight title this Christmas. Yeah, the story of Old Man Logan. I think that some of us are going to become Old Man Logan. We don't age. We just keep moving forward. We're watching, we're observing this world, and you actually might be asking yourself, who is on my timeline? Are you asking yourself that question? Are you finding yourself in isolation? Well, you came to the right place, but we're all getting the family back together. We have the island of misfit toys coming real soon. That's who you are. You actually go out there and you feel like you don't really fit in. And it's very difficult to go through this world and you just like, you don't have much to talk to. And I'll be sharing a lot about that tonight. So it's almost like a maze, right? We had that maze there. You see that maze? And there's levels and layers, right? So it's almost like a maze or a force field that's around those that are supposed to be on your timeline. And there's all these little things that we have to kind of go through. Think about that. Does that make sense to you? And if you're resonating with it, please hit the like button. It helps others find this. You're like, oh, I know I could be, I resonate with that person or this person. But it's almost like there's a force field. And we have to navigate this maze in order for us to come together. I've really seen a lot of that today. It's really amazing. But you might be going on your journey and people have disappeared from you. And you're like, where did everyone go? And you find yourself in the isolation period. We all know a lot about this time period of the year. 'Tis the season. You could write 'tis the season in the comments. Tis the season. 'Tis the season to be awake and aware. And you have to have an inner knowing. And sometimes if you slow yourself down, if you start listening to your everyday life, that's right. I was trying to explain that to someone. I listen when you're alone. I had this full conversation. You start to listen to God as, okay, I see this situation and now I could process it, right? You don't have so many distractions, right? A lot of people distracted this time of year, right? Very busy, go, go, go. And they're not really ending the year strong. You want to finish strong? You could write finish strong. So we're going through a lot of change and you're wondering who is on your timeline. And some things just like, it could be just so easy, but yet they're like so far away, or there's so many there's so many different hurdles to jump through, if you will. So like, and I saw this a lot in the gym today. I was communicating with a friend from the gym, and you know, she watches the channel, but you know, she speaks Portuguese, and so you know, she comes over to me and she tries to explain to me. She's telling me that a light came in on the 21. She goes, 21 light came in. I said, oh yeah, you mean the 21st of December? She goes, not till January. She was saying, not till January. And she was basically trying to explain to me how you know, this won't settle in until the month of January. So sometimes you know, an energy comes in and it's planted within our DNA receptors, and then it kind of comes out. So you know, you could connect with people, and you could have the language barrier, if you will. And so you know, we were talking about a few things, and I was trying to help her out because she's interested and she watches. So I have had this question before from many of our beautiful light warriors that are around the world. Where are you located around the world? You could let us know in the comments, and please listen, because we figured this out today. I was asked this, so we kind of figured out how to do this on the computer. But if you are on your YouTube app, there is a little settings, looks like a cog in the upper right-hand corner of your app. And people ask me, can you translate the messages? Because there's people in this country, for example, that they want to listen to you. So if you go to the settings, the cog, and you go translate, automatically translate, select that, and then scroll down and find the language. And we did it in about 20 seconds. So I hope that's helpful for people that are watching around the world. So if you are, and I was asked that question many times, just click that little cog. So that's an example of how, you know, we could all be on the same frequency, but there are certain things that we have to navigate like a maze. You're like navigating a maze to see those, and it's amazing. And you could comment on this as well if you're noticing this. There's people that will run towards you like she did to try to tell me this, and then there's people that will run away from you. So you might be noticing this. I just recently shared that with our friend Kerry, friend of the channel. You know, people will either run towards you, like, you know, the light, or they're like blinded by the light and they run away from you. So that's another way of kind of knowing who is on your timeline, who is not on your timeline, you know. And it's the more that you are having firsthand experiences, you could actually see that there are two worlds out there. There's two worlds. Side by side, there's two worlds. Are you turning into a butterfly? Are the butterflies in the chat? So you could have people that have disappeared from your everyday life. You could see people that get agitated by your presence, and you actually might feel off. You actually might almost feel like sick. I know there's empaths that are here, and you might feel sick as well from just feeling this energy. And we're witnessing a split of two realities right now. And I've shared this before, the dissonance. Your life, your reality is a frequency that you're tuned into. And just like sometimes in a car, you're driving and you pick up two radio stations at the same time. Heck, you might even like both stations, you might even like both songs, but just the simple dissonance of the right? Do I do two? I do impressions as well. That's two radio stations at the same time. You hear that, and it creates such dissonance, and it agitates you. And you know what? Like, that's what we're experiencing right now. So you might be, you know, going out into the world. You might see certain things that are on your timeline, and certain things that are not part of your timeline. So this is a time period where you need to know, have an inner knowing of who you are. And that's the most important thing. Know thyself. Who are you? A lot of people have gone over their life and they don't really even know who they are. You have to find out who you are. And it's best to find out who you are right now. Stop waiting to find out. The sooner you figure it out, the sooner you can embrace it. Then you embrace who you are. This is who I am. And then everyone else can get out of my way. And then you just keep going. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. You can't spend your life as a people pleaser because you will never find out who you truthfully are. Then you're sitting there one day and you say, wow, you know what? I'm in this situation. I'm living this life. I'm in this relationship. I'm in this job. And this doesn't even resonate with me. So you need to find out who you are now. As my mother said, not tomorrow, now. It's a true story. She was right. Love you, Mom. You have to figure it out now. And it is important not to wait. I'm just going to wait till next year. I'll figure it out next year. When you have this calling, it just resonates in your soul that you really can't live a fake life any longer. You're tired of it. You're tired of fake relationships. You're tired of a job that's really running off of fake, substance. There's no substance there. People have gone through this as well. There was something they even reported on this, the Great Resignation. A lot of people, they're having this spiritual awakening right now. And their job no longer resonates with them anymore. They say, I'm going to move on to something else. Because you have to be in alignment. And if you're not in alignment, you start to get a little sick. And this has been part of our lives. Yeah, you don't want to just be a cog in the system. You're not a cog. Though we did talk about the cog that you could click the settings. That's a cog for the translation. If you just tuned in earlier, I taught you how to translate. Because these are. You ever hear of the Tower of Babel? We're separate by so many things, but the universe is on frequency. And that's why someone might not speak your language. Someone might not look like you, but they are your same frequency. And your vibe attracts your tribe. Write it in the comments. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So you keep saying, who's on my timeline? Set it and forget it, kid. Set your frequency, let it out, and forget about it. And everyone else could just set it and forget it. And it lasts the test of time. Set it and forget it. I think they use that term to make a delicious meal, I believe. just set it and forget it. You have to live it. And that's what we share on this channel. You have to keep going. You have to do it on a daily basis. You can't have it for one day. And guess what? There's a lot of dissonant frequencies right now. So sometimes we have to do something to pick ourselves back up. Yesterday was rolling. Today we started rolling. Then it goes down. Then it comes up. You might be going through that as well. The ups and downs, the peaks and valleys. This is how we navigate this time period. But what is the standard? Who are you? What is your frequency? Is it authenticity? Is it being real? Then focus on that and stop worrying about being a people pleaser. Focus on being authentic and stop being a people pleaser. Because you're going to wake up one day and then you're going to realize that your life has passed you by. Get out now. Sitting on the dock of a bay. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Sitting on the dock. It's very calming to sit on the dock of a bay. Yeah. And so do the things that you love. Do the things that you love. And stop reaching for things. Stop reaching and take ownership. I watch this a lot. You could see people that are self-efficient, and then there's people that they don't know what they're doing. So you need to be self-efficient. You got to know who you are. Start there. Put out that frequency. I know who I am. And just let everything fall into place magnetically. Set the frequency. This is who I am. We're moving forward. And I will allow everything to fall into place from there. Do what makes you happy. Don't you want to have fun? And that message that I left, I'm witnessing this right now. People are living their lives because of, I kind of have to do this, but they're not living from here. You have to live from the heart now. We're no longer living from our heads anymore. Oh, it's in your head. It's in your. This is what I have to do. We're living from our hearts. We're being in alignment, and that is what 2024 is all about, being in alignment. And a lot of us have been out of alignment. And that's why you're seeing the things in the world deteriorate on the microcosm and the macrocosm. The micro and the macro, you're seeing the same thing. It could be happening globally in the world, or it could be happening in your everyday life right now. The illusions are fading, and it just can't work. Stop wasting your time. You can't take the round peg and put it in the square hole. You're sitting there. You're trying to get it to work. You're trying to get it to work. Move on. It's time to move on. Don't be worried. Don't be concerned that you might be alone during this holiday season. This time period, it causes so much stress. That's all I hear. That's all I'm watching is stress, 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 stress. Stress you out. But the more that you are still, the more that you do not participate. You don't have to participate in anything. You don't have to participate in anything. You don't need to have stress. You need to be happy. And you need to do what you're called to do. Regret is worse than failure. So you want to attract your tribe, attract the ones into your everyday life. So you need to focus on no stress. Crafting is good. I love please, if you are new to the channel, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button so you get the notification and you'll be on this live stream chat if you're watching on the replay. Love you guys in the chat. So you have to realize that frequencies, they do govern the universe and they dictate where our lives are going. And you could have constructive or deconstructive interference waves, and they affect you. Also earlier today, someone came over to me and she asked me about my my wired earbuds. I showed you guys on Zoom once. I used the old school wired headphones. She's like, doesn't it get caught on on everything? And I said it's more important for me not to fry my brain, so I just used the long cord headphones, and that's really what you have to stay focused on. You can't be worrying about certain things are more difficult, or I got to look cool. I shared the story of I did have those Bluetooth headphones and they magically disappeared. A lot of people, I'm reading the comments, a lot of people are eating less. You might be called to eat less. Absolutely, Kim, I'm old school. Old school training, old school everything. You gotta focus. Certain things never change. Discipline, hard work, show up every day doesn't change. You apply this to anything in your life. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. So yeah, so I was saying I don't use the wires. I don't use the Bluetooth. I got to use the wires. And you know what? You really have to be clear. Don't be in a fog. Be clear. And that's why I've been sharing a lot about my journey, though not many people got. So I did learn a lesson today. I learn lessons every day. Do not post a video in the dark like the Batman because nobody will watch it. But no, there's nothing that you could do, and I wanted to share that. And you might be called, I'm sharing because I read that in the comment, to eat less. Are you called to eat less at this time? It's a very powerful time to be able to to purge. I'm the Batman, Kim. Yeah, I'm the Batman. When I would be in my classroom on breaks, and I'd be working on my laptop, but I would shut the lights off in the room during the daytime. It was so foreign. It was so foreign to me to put the lights on in the classroom when like this light coming in through the window. Like, why do I have to have the lights on in the class? So I'm sitting there doing work. And I'm on my laptop, and my coworker friend walks in, and he goes, why do you have the lights off? And I just look at him and I say, because I'm the Batman. He started laughing. But yeah, you don't. Sometimes you don't need to put on lights just to put them on. Save some energy. Save the planet. Here we go, Captain Planet. Let's save the planet. Hit the like button if you're here to save the planet. It's true. It's true. But yeah, if you missed this Risings video, head over to the channel page. Check it out. It is important to learn how your body heals itself. And each and every one of you, we have a good time on this channel. If you're new to the channel, so just show up every day. We have a good time. Now I lost my train of thought again, but no, yeah, we have to tap into our body's natural way of healing itself. So you might be open-minded, okay? And that's what our channel and a lot of people are. We're like the Avengers, right? Who do you like? You like Thor? You like Captain America, right? Some people like that. Some people like the Hulk. So it's the same thing when we go out there, right? Like I recently just did a video with Kerry, right? We're all doing the same thing, but we're like different superheroes, different Avengers, right? I'm Thor. She's Black Widow. Whatever it is, right? This guy's Hulk. You know, what's your favorite Avenger? Let us know in the comments. And no, but it's true though. So we are all putting something out there, and collectively we're empathic, we're filled with love, and you have to keep an open mind. So I've heard this, and listen, I listen to other people too, and people always ask, like how do I know I'm on the higher timeline? And some people say, oh, I know you're empathic, so you always hear the narcissist, tell you're the narcissist. And I was listening to Kyle, and Kyle was doing a video, and later in the video, he says he also gets, well, how do I know if I'm a narcissist, or how do I know I have a demonic possession? How do I know? And he said, if you are tuned in this far into the video, which I resonated with, I've shared before, if you made it this far into the video and you are taking the message on with an open mind, you know the answer. But in this world right now, some people, they hear something, they listen to 2.5 minutes, and they have to write a nasty comment, and they move on. So it's really important to keep an open mind. It's actually one of the first steps in science. So you have to keep an open mind. You got to think about, and remember, some people still think that ascension or spirituality, it's just unicorns and it's just make believe. It's just unicorns and rainbows. You could get the unicorns and rainbows flowing in the chat right now, but it's not just unicorns and rainbows. Over time, it's just new to a lot of us. You got to watch, Patsy, you got to love Patsy, you got to love the gaslighting comments. But you got to keep an open mind. And in science, we answer questions with the information available at the time, and we keep an open mind. So you have to realize that a lot of people are going through a spiritual awakening journey for their very first time. So for them, there's not a lot of information available at the time. And, you know, I was just talking to someone. I said, can you imagine how different the world is right now? You know, when I started listening to videos on YouTube and they would talk about the third eye, the pineal gland, and it was like, wow, this is like, oh, I was like so interested, right? It was like, oh, like I'm researching the third eye. This going back, what, 7 years ago maybe in my life. And I'm researching the third eye, the pineal gland. Now it's common knowledge. Everyone knows about third eye. Everyone knows about the pineal gland, right? But you're talking about the third. He's talking about the third eye. I only got two eyes, boy. Now it's very common. So, you know what? If you feel like you might be a little down, realize that there is change that's happening. And stay focused that it is happening. And when we look at something like that, you know, we could clearly see it. Sonny Lamont, thank you so much for the support. 1111, bring on the light. Thank you so much, Sonny. I love you, Sonny. Bring the sunshine. Where's the sunshine? I was saying, where's the sunshine the past few days? Where's the sunshine? Where is it? Does anyone know? The more that you are detoxing from the matrix, if you will, the natural ways of life, it really charges you up. So the more that you get out, and that's why you're cold now, it's a little colder, it's harder to get out, it's harder to get out and ground and do maybe the things that you used to do or normally do. And you have to really buckle down and finish strong. And I know that it's rough during this season. Stefan, I love you, Stefan. Fist bump to you, Stefan. Thank you for that, Stefan. I appreciate you very much. Love you, brother. It's difficult. And I will be present here during this time period because a lot of people, they'll never understand your journey. And how, you know, this time period comes and once again, you feel like you're alone. You could walk, you could be in a room, there could be so many people, and you just say to yourself, there's no one like me. And, you know, listen, I feel that as well. And that's why, you know, I'm present every single day. Because once you see, you can never unsee it. You can't unsee it. And it's difficult. It's difficult. You're looking around, but there's two sides to the coin. And you could think about how, you know, maybe things aren't the way that you want them right now. And you can't force it. If you start to force it, you're going to make it worse. So you have to just let go, as I did. If you're new to the channel, go to the channel page, go back, watch the last week or two, you'll be caught up. You have to finish strong going into 2024. You want to make the most out of 2024, you need to finish this year off strong. Look at that, 333. Hit the 333 in the chat. Divine timing. Finish strong. And you have the capabilities of doing it now if you're not distracted. Don't be distracted. Never give up. And don't fall for it, Rock. I'll never forget it. Don't fall for it, Rock. Don't fall for it. The levels and layers of this matrix maze. I could see the maze. Can you see the maze? Can you see the maze? You could see it. Look at the maze. Look at the maze. You could see the walls of the maze. You could see all the traps, all the pitfalls. Don't fall for it during the season. I appreciate that, SDL. That's my honor. Connect yourself to yourself. Be connected to yourself, your higher self. Know who you are. And we'll be diving into that. I tried to dive into it this morning, but I did the video in the dark, so no one really got to see it. Please hit the like button on that video today. If you are not authentic to yourself, you will make yourself sick. The body gets sick if you do not live in authenticity. And your body will give you these signs, trying to get you to change. And these are the signs. You have to listen to your body. You have to know thyself. It says it. These words last the test of time. Know thyself. Write it in the comments. Know thyself. 2024, we know thyself. We are living in sovereignty. We are living a happier life. That's where we need to be. Know thyself. In 2020 for the vibes. 2020 for the vibes. Yeah. Do it for the vibes, baby. And when you're on this timeline, you'll see people. They're ready. They're ready to have a good time. Life ain't that serious. Life ain't that serious. So stay focused on that. John Pierre, thank you so much for that. You're number one. I appreciate that, John Pierre. Thank you so much. Are you from France? Where are you from? Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. See, and I told you we're on every where if you just stumbled in, what continent, what country are you from? And that's why you don't know where your brothers and sisters are if you live within the matrix. You don't know where they are. You don't know who they are. You can't look at the 3D any longer. It's a different thing, Aaron. It's a different. I don't know what it is. Where are you from? Where are you really from? Oh, that's the conversation we need to have. Where are you really from? Yeah, now we'll get into it. Where are you really from, huh? Where are you really from? Think about it. Where are you really from? That's the answer. This is Earth school. You ain't from Earth, kid. We're just hanging out here. We're just hanging out. We're in Earth school. Where are you from? Know thyself. Beth, I know you are, Beth. Oh, I know, Beth. Know thyself. And if you're a lion, it's time to roar. Stop giving away your power. You can't live a life on your knees, and you will not live a life on your knees in 2024. You're rising up. You're knowing thyself. You live in sovereignty. You can't be in a situation any longer just because it will drain you. You cannot live for someone else. You can't live for an idea that doesn't belong to you. Who's on your timeline, kid? You have to navigate the maze. When you navigate the maze, you'll find yourself on the other side. And this journey is about finding ourselves. It's not for living for other people. It's not about fitting in. Oh, I got to fit in. I got to fit into this crew, to this clique. I got to be in the cool crowd. Do you, kid? Just be yourself. Write it in the comments. Just be yourself. And when you just be yourself, you start connecting with other people that are just themselves. And then you actually say to yourself, well, you know what? This person is just like me. Now you realize you're on the same frequency, that authentic vibe. And you feel that authentic vibe. Feel the vibrations. Feel the vibrations. Start feeling. Stop listening. Start feeling. And you'll know the answer. You have to feel your way through. And then all of a sudden, you found people that are on your timeline. It's totally not easy. It's not an easy time period. You'll find yourself on the other side of suffering. It's true. Because a diamond is formed under great pressure. And you need to find yourself now. We're not waiting any longer. Find yourself right now. As we get to the end of this Friday Night Live and we wrap up this week, we're going to be pulling a card in a second here. Please hit the like button. I appreciate that. We're going to get a message from the universe again. It's a new thing we've been doing. A lot of people have been liking the card here. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. John Pierre, thank you for that. I love you, John Pierre. Mikael is here, John. I love you. Thank you for that. I know you're on my timeline, brother. Thank you. We're gonna get a message from the universe in a second here. We wrap up the week. I just wanted to say thank you to Greg Gavigan and Cliff Virginia Hiker. Thank you for supporting the channel this week. There's a link at the pinned comment if you would like to support the channel. When you listen to the universe, you get the answers. The longer we have to wait to obtain the results. Okay, one more time, because it's not I. The longer we have to wait to obtain the results we want, the more magnificent these results will be. We remain peaceful, detached, and confident in God's intelligent and kind action. It's very relevant right now. The more we wait to obtain the results we want, the more magnificent these results will be. A lot of you might find yourself in isolation this season. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait. You got to wait it out, kid. Because there's something working in the background. I go through it as well. A lot of things we don't understand at face value. Why is this happening? Why is this taking so long? But remember, we're on a different timeline now. We have a different frequency now. We have a totally different lifespan now. Take your time. You're going to be here for a while. Think about it. Take your time. You're going to be here for a while. I love you all. If the message resonated with you tonight, please hit the like button. Share this video. Hit the subscribe button. We'll be back on in the Rising. We have videos 9 a.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to join us on Patreon, the link is in the description. We are headed over to Patreon right now, and we're going to continue the party there. Yeah, we're going to keep going. So I love you all. And, oh, absolutely. Thank you for being a strong masculine presence in this world full of cowards. I appreciate that, Owen. I appreciate that, Owen. Keep going. Keep going. Don't bow down. Just keep going. We're bringing the family back together. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate you being here. Love you all. Stay focused. Never give up. Never give in. Just keep going. Did you? I hope you saw before. I got my old man. We're taking on Santa Claus is old man Logan. That's going to be me one day. 300 years old. Just keep regenerating. Just keeps going. Just keeps going, Joe. I love you, Joe. You're the man, Joe. I'm going to see you in like 3.5 minutes, Joe. I'm going to see you in 3 minutes, Joe. I love you guys. Good to see you back, Lori. Good to see everyone. Yeah, we're good. Old man Logan, I'll be taking on the other Santa Claus for the World Heavyweight Championship of the world this Christmas. Take him on. So I love you all. Hit the like button. We're headed over to Patreon now if you'd like to join us. And I'll be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I know we're all global. That's why we say Eastern time. So we all figure it out. And we all know how to connect to the settings and the translations, and now we have translations in every language. So if you are getting this, if you speak English in your country, you could share this, tell people how to translate. It will automatically translate the messages for all of our brothers and sisters in any country around the world. All right, headed over to Patreon. See you there in a minute.